All right, let's talk about the serve. Is yours more of a hope and a prayer than an actual weapon? Today, we're going to change that. Seriously, we're going to turn your serve from something you just hope goes in into one of the smartest, most reliable point-winning shots you have.
So let me ask you this. Does your opponent always kind of seem to know where your serve is going? Do you feel like you have to absolutely crush your first serve just to have a chance, but half the time it sails long, and then you're stuck hitting a weak, predictable second serve that they're just waiting to attack?
If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. So many players get stuck in this exact same spot. It's this frustrating cycle, right? You're caught between hitting a powerful but inconsistent first serve and then this soft pat-a-cake second serve that just sits up begging to be hit. It's a rut. But what if there was one serve that could give you rock-solid consistency and a huge strategic advantage? Well, there is.
And the answer, my friend, is the slice serve. This is where we stop trying to hit harder and start hitting smarter. The slice serve is literally the key to unlocking a whole new level of tennis, giving you control and aggression in your service games.
So what is it exactly? Well, a slice serve uses sidespin. That makes the ball curve through the air, which is cool. But the real magic happens after the bounce. See, instead of popping up high where your opponent likes it, it stays low to the ground and skids away, forcing them to stretch, to reach, and most of the time, to hit a really weak defensive shot back to you.
Let's just look at this direct comparison for a second. Your flat serve, that's all about raw power. It's high risk, high reward. The slice, on the other hand, well, it trades just a little bit of that top-end speed for incredible placement and way, way higher consistency. You're not just hitting the ball anymore, you're actually controlling it.
Okay, so how do we actually do it? Let's get into the good stuff. I want you to forget about any complex mechanics you've heard before. We're going to break this down into 4 simple, totally doable keys that you can take with you to the court today.
First things first, the grip. You have to use the continental grip. It's really non-negotiable because it's what naturally puts your racket on its edge. Second, the toss. Instead of tossing the ball right in front of you, you're going to toss it just slightly out to your right. This position is going to make it so much easier to come around the ball. Third, your contact point. This is a great visual. Picture the ball as a clock. You're not hitting it flat at 12 o'clock anymore. You're aiming for 1 o'clock, right on that top right edge. And finally, the swing. Okay, this is the big one. Your mindset has to change. Don't think about smashing through the ball. I want you to feel like you are carving the side of it or brushing the outside. It's a totally different feeling, and that is where the spin comes from.
And this quote right here from Peter Becker just nails it. It simplifies the whole feeling perfectly. A flat serve, you hit from behind the ball. A slice serve, you hit it from the side. That's it. That is the whole mental shift you need to make. Just focus on that feeling of coming around the ball, and you are already halfway there. And hey, real quick, if that one idea just made something click for you and you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe. It just makes sure you won't miss out as we go from how to hit the serve to exactly how to win with it. All right, you know the how, so let's get to the fun part, the why. This isn't just about hitting a different type of serve. It's about using that serve to totally dismantle your opponent's return game. Let's turn this technique into a legitimate weapon. And don't for a second think this is just some safe second serve. This serve is so incredibly reliable that at Wimbledon, a player like Roger Federer lands his spin-heavy second serves up to 94% of the time. Just think about that. When the pressure is at its absolute highest, this is the go-to weapon for consistency. That's a game changer.
Okay, tactic number 1, the absolute classic play. Pull your opponent wide. When you're serving to the deuce court, you can hit this slice so it curves and skids away from them, pulling them completely off the court. And what does that do? It leaves the entire other half of the court wide open for you to hit an easy winner on your very next shot.
But here's what makes the slice so brilliant. It's not just for going wide. That's why it's so versatile. The second killer tactic is to aim that same curving serve right into their body. We call this jamming them. The ball moves in on them so quickly, they have no time to set their feet or take a proper swing. They're all cramped up, they're off balance, and they're forced to just pop up a weak defensive return. And that right there is the real secret. A great slice serve isn't always about hitting an ace. It's about setting up the next shot. It's the first move in a 2-shot combo that puts you in complete control of the point. Because you've either pulled them wide or jammed them up, you know what's probably coming next, right? A weak defensive return, a floater, a little chip. Your job is to anticipate that ball, move in, and be ready to attack it aggressively to end the point on your terms, not theirs.
So let's just run through our checklist one more time. It's simple. Get that continental grip always. Toss the ball out to your right. Make contact at 1 o'clock, brushing the outside of the ball. Then think tactically. Are you going wide or are you going to the body? And finally, the most important part, always be ready to pounce on that weak return you just created.
You know, at the end of the day, your serve is the one shot in tennis that you have 100% control over. It's your signature. It sets the tone for every single point you play. So the question is, what will yours say? Are you going to keep playing it safe, or are you ready to go out there and make a statement? Now you have the tools, go give it a try. You've got this.